Turn the page over to another hour of our coin collector. Mike does have another series in a primetime block coming up tonight. Is it a 2-hour show that you have at 8?
2 hour, yeah, 8 to 10.
But a good portion of what we're showcasing tonight, I would guess, would already either be sold out or in even smaller quantities when you see Mike at 8. So whenever you see what you like, I would definitely recommend it for you. Now, what's going on?
It's pretty historic.
Okay.
With this, I told you that the United States government released for the very first time, a pure silver proof set.
Right.
Pure silver coins. This is the pure silver set.
It is,
that you're going to have right here. So they released in the silver proof set, in the pure silver, there were 7 coins.
Okay.
There were the 5 quarters. There is the Kennedy half dollar and the Roosevelt dime. Excuse me. 1,119 sets. First day of issue exclusive to us.
Okay.
Quantity left is very important on this. I debuted this last week, but I think we sold at least 200 or 300 sets, something like that, very, very, very quickly. I'm sorry, my mistake. I sold 600 sets.
I know, because I'm looking at my quantities here, Mike, and I'm like,
okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so 575.
Like, okay.
So here's what I can tell you. They will sell out today.
Yeah.
Okay, because I did a brief mention on these 2 weeks ago, and we sold apparently well over half. Oof. So here's what it is. So it's exclusive to us. This is, and understand, look at the, first of all, you get the red oak presentation box. So that, I think, is $39.95 by itself. So that gets us down to $240, $239. This, I think, we sell that for $199, something like that. So that leaves us $50 here.
Okay.
You find this coin for less than $130, $140 for the Kennedy, you need to buy it right away, particularly first day of issue. Yeah, I cannot impress upon you enough the historical significance and the collectability of this coin. Now understand, they are all firsts. The quarters, I mean, there's 5 of them. They're the only 5, but it is a set, so you have that. But now you have the only pure silver Roosevelt dime. So when you take unique Roosevelt dimes, like the first reverse proof Roosevelt dime, or the 1996 mint set Roosevelt dime, you know, those are coins that are $100, $125, $150. That coin falls into that category. But this Kennedy half dollar, and you could literally, without the Kennedy, easily spend $279 for those 6 coins. But now you put in this. For instance, we had this coin in first day of issue by itself, just the Kennedy, here. We had 1,364 of them. I forget because we sold it out in 8 minutes, all 1,300 coins. Wow. In 8 minutes in one show 3 weeks ago. So right now, either in the complete set, and for Annex, the complete set first day of issue is sold out. The single coin is sold out. The only way right now to get Annex first day of issue is the 7-coin set.
Oh, no kidding.
I could make an argument, I think a fairly compelling argument, that the Kennedy half dollar is worth $279.95. Because the United States government has been making the Kennedy half dollar now for 55 years. You know how many of them have been pure silver, 9999 fine? That would be one. That would be this coin.
No kidding.
That's right. They made silver Kennedys in 1964 that were 900 fine silver. In 65 to 70, they were 400, 40% silver. Then they didn't start making silver Kennedys again until 1992 in the special silver proof sets, but they were 900 fine. So here's this situation. So now you have a coin that, by virtue of it being pure silver, is already spectacularly collectible because it is 100% unique. Now I want to do something here. There's a nationally advertised catalog. They have a Kennedy half dollar. The silver Kennedys by themselves tend to be spectacularly collectible coins.
I was going to say, people look for those coins.
The 2012 silver Kennedy, which is unremarkable other than the mintage is a little bit low. Not certified, not graded, not pure silver, in the nationally advertised catalog, $275 for the 2012. Relatively unremarkable in any respect other than it's a bit rare. Now you have a coin that currently is every bit as rare as that coin, but it's pure silver, it's certified, and so that's why I would say $279.95 for this coin is a relatively reasonable price, but I'm gonna give you all the silver coins. You get the entire set that you're going to see here. You get all 7 of them. And you get them in the red oak presentation box.
Wow.
So like I said, absolutely, truly spectacular opportunity. So we had those quarters, but these quarters are certified perfect. Now, understand, to certify a coin, sorry about that, boy, we got the glares today, don't we? These silver coins are really hard because the lights in here are pretty bright.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons the government did these in pure silver, you don't even have to be a coin collector. You don't have to be an expert. You just have to have eyes to look at this and realize that coin is different. That this pure silver makes for a different coin. Look at that coin. It is truly spectacular and a work of art, just kind of unprecedented. Nice. So you're going to send in a silver proof set and hope to get a PR70 set. So let me do the math for you. Okay? It's $30 a coin to certify them. Times 7 is $210. Now you're going to have to send that registered certified mail to make sure it gets there.
Right.
They're going to send it back to you with one of the overnight services so that they can track it and do all that other stuff. With the red oak presentation box, with the certification in the box, you're a little over $300 right now. Whoa. That's assuming every single solitary one of your coins grades perfect 70. I can tell you for a fact that the Kennedy's only graded about 40%. So if you send in 100 sets, only 40 of them are going to be 70. The majority of the Kennedy half dollars do not meet the grade, and one of the reasons is because of the pure silver. Look at that mirror. Look at that finish. Anything shows up. Anything. Strike-throughs, if there was a piece of dust on the die, it shows up as a spot or a nick or something in there. There was a whole bunch of them. We sent in 300 sets, got 070. There's a little mark in his neck. There must have been a little piece, so they might have wiped the die off and a little thread got on the die, and so that there's a little nick in his neck. So we have, we had hundreds of coins that are just, they're now proof 68s or 69s. So all 7 are perfect, including the Kennedy. We're going to give you the red oak presentation box. Like I said, $39, I think, 95 cents all day long for the red oak presentation box. 1,119 in the limited edition. Like I said, I thought I sold 200 or 300 last time we were here. It was more like 600. So we're now with 500 sets remaining. Now with 500 sets remaining, we'll probably go under that by the end of this show. I understand it's 2:13 a.m. Eastern time here. I understand not all my collectors are here, particularly since we have the 8 p.m. show tonight.
Right.
Now, if I have any of these left over, they will be in the 8 p.m. show. That's a guarantee.
Right.
But they will sell out in that show.
They will.
So today, this is the day you will have sellout. You will have sellout on this set today.
So this will be the last day. I can just about guarantee
that. Yeah, this is the last day.
Because one of the things that, well, and actually, you could even be watching us back on your DVR right now. One of the things that Mike's, hard collectors do is they record his shows and then they go back and they watch at a convenient time, in all likelihood before the 8 p.m. show, because they know what happens. When he brings in something hot, then, they tape if they can't watch the duration of the overnight or the early morning hour, and then they watch the shop, and then they call before Mike comes back on the air at 8 o'clock.
Doesn't always work out.
I know. So just keep that in mind, especially, this is unique for so many different reasons, and I know Mike was making the case. I mean, if you only got the Kennedy, of course, it pays for the purchase, but one of the things we normally do in shows here at HSN is what they call a back order or wait list. Now, I know, oh, he scoffs. Oh, he laughs.
Yes, I'm scoffing.
He's scoffing. But part of the reason I mentioned that is, so when this is gone.
Well, it's individually numbered.
Right.
I mean, I have 1,119. There's no wait list for the 1,119.
Right, so there's no,
Now, here's what I can tell you. What happens. You go out there and look for them.
Sure, okay.
Put Annex First Day of Issue 7-Coin Silver Set.
All right.
someone would have bought it here for $279.
Right.
Because I've seen this. We sell the rocket ship set. We have the special rocket ship set, $179 for the SP69PL and the PR70 Native American rocket ship, $179.95 on the AHSN.com that we're going to have right there. You can go out there and find it for $399. There's lots of people offering them for $379 because they bought them for $179.
Sure.
And that's what you're going to see here once we sell out particularly.
Right.
And this will sell out. And this will sell out. Once again, I want to go back and explain the absolutely crucial, critical nature of this set. The fact that these are pure silver coins. The fact that these are the only pure silver coins ever made by the United States government outside of the American Bullion Program, outside of the American Silver Eagle, you know, the 5-ounce National Park program. That is the bullion program. They were never intended to be coins, is what they are. They're just intended to be bullion in essence, and they do these. But they've never done a half dollar. They've never done a dime. And I say that they've never done quarters. Technically, I guess they have. The big 5-ounce silver rounds are technically quarters. Okay? But they're really not quarters, okay? Because they're 5 ounces of pure silver. They're the size of a small dinner plate.
They are wild.
We may have those on HSN, but that's part of the American Bullion Program. But in terms of Washington quarters and all, you know, these are the only pure silver quarters. This is absolutely the only pure silver half dollar. Not only Kennedy half dollar, but you go Kennedy half dollar, the only pure silver. You go back to the Franklin half dollars, none of them were pure silver. Walking Liberty half dollars, none of them were pure silver. Barber half dollars, none of them were pure silver. Seated Liberty half dollars, none of them were pure silver. Bust half dollars, none of them were pure silver. This is the very first one since, like I said, 1794, when they first started making coins here. They were all 900 fine. In 1794, when the United States Mint melts George Washington's personal silverware to make dimes for Thomas Jefferson, it was 900 fine silver. One of those 1794 half dimes, by the way, just hit the market. I think it was 1.4 million. It just sold for.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we got some pretty significant coins about to hit the market. So
wow, that's big news.
You know, the $1 million coins now sell every day. I remember back when I first started.
No, you're right.
And, you know, it was a big deal. The Liberty 1913 Liberty nickel was the first $1 million coin. Now, $1 million coins get sold every day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it is. It's just, there's no more popular collecting in the United States. But this, you don't need be a millionaire. You need to be a $279.95 heir to be able to get one of these, to be able to get this set with the red oak presentation box, all certified perfect. The first pure silver proof set ever made by the United States government that you're going to have right here. It is 100% exclusive to us here at HSN. I'm assuming we got probably about 500 sets of these.
Yeah, actually a lot
now
fewer
remaining.
than that. Yeah.
Are we really?
Yeah.
We're fewer than that at this point?
And that's why I would always recommend, when you see something that you like, you definitely should, we always recommend that you select it. Can I ask a stupid question? So what precipitated this? Like, why did they decide to do this? Well, hey,
they so don't tell us.
They just do what they want, don't they?
I mean, I can't tell you the number of coins that we've had that we didn't even know they were putting out.
Yeah.
And they just show up. Like the rocket ship set.
Sure.
They didn't even tell us that they were doing a special coin for the rocket ship.
Wow.
We get the coins and go, huh, how about that?
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
No, certainly not us. I don't know why they would tell us. Now, I think we're about to show you some of the early fine quarters. Slight difference in that. I got a great story. I got a great story for the for those early fine quarters that you're going to have.
I like that.
Right.
Well, again, I really wouldn't. I know Mike's going to be on later at 8 o'clock, but this is one in particular I would not wait with. So I know a lot of you jot down item numbers, and maybe you're even watch again later on hsn.com. This is one that it'd be well to your advantage to take advantage of and then to select it early. So just consider that for what you will. 671-8995. Oh no, what is this?
This is the quarter. We're going to sell
it.
We're going to sell it for a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
Why wouldn't we?